Okay, so today I thought we'd take a closer look at something surprising to many kind of non One Direction, non Larry fans, but something that's so obvious to fans who've been here for years. And it is this is that the Larry Stylinson fandom is still growing well into 2025 and probably beyond. So it's been more than a decade since One Direction's hiatus in 2015. And that's when, at that time, that was when many expected Larry theories to sort of fade into distant internet history. But time has shown us that the opposite has happened. So the community is alive, it's active, and of course, it's expanding across Twitter, Reddit, Tumblr, TikTok, Discord, and Facebook. And it begs the question: why does that Larry Stylinson? Why does this romance theory, quote unquote, that Harry Styles and Louis Tomlinson are or were romantically involved? Why does it still resonate so much? Why is it capturing even newer fans? After the passing of Liam Payne, more Larrys were born when they discovered Larry when they were on the internet. Maybe mainly the YouTube algorithm. So, how did it survive? How did it survive denials? How did it survive all the shifting industry narratives, the years of silence, and most importantly, we haven't seen Harry and Louis photographed together for over 10 years. And why? And this is the most important question. Why is it still pulling in new fans in 2025? So I thought it'd be fun to kind of unpack this phenomenon. Okay, so part one, a living fandom legacy. So the Larry fandom started in the early 2010s, but by now it's less of a rumor, more of a cultural ecosystem. So you've got Reddit's Larry Stylinson page, which has passed 20,000 members, and it grows daily, steadily. And there's posts literally every day, several. And the daily posts range from archive compilations to fresh theories about tattoos, lyrics, and symbolism. And then there's Tumblr. Though smaller than at its 2013 peak, it still has thriving Larry blogs that preserve the original lore and welcome curious newcomers who stumble upon old gifts. TikTok. Now, TikTok has become a major hub. Clips of Larry moments rack up millions of views, introducing a younger Gen Z audience to theories that first circulated before some of them were even in middle school. So it's capturing that demographic. And of course, it's also capturing a demographic on the older end. You know, it's like the Louis Tomlinson fans over 50. There's that Facebook page. There's a lot of people on the Larry Stylinson Facebook pages that are really popular, that were definitely not teenagers when the band first was formed. So the Discord servers and private groups, so that provide fan spaces for more in-depth discussion, analysis, and community bonding. And of course, YouTube. YouTube still's got a lot of Larry pages. So the fact that multiple platforms host simultaneous, active Larry conversations proves that it's not just nostalgia. This Larry storyline is growing in its fandom. So part two, why did the rumor refuses to die? So why is Larry Stylinson still here? Well, there are some three big reasons. Okay, number one, emotional resonance. So fans don't just see two celebrities; they see a story of love under pressure, secrecy, resilience, and coded devotion. These themes speak to universal feelings, wanting to be free but forced to hide, finding loyalty in private when the public won't allow it. Two, unresolved mystery. So, because neither Harry or Louis has ever fully explained every coincidence, every tattoo, every lyric parallel, the door stays slightly ajar. In fact, it sometimes even stays wide open. Louis has denied the rumor multiple times, but the intensity of his responses and the continued ambiguity keep fans wondering. Three, cultural infrastructure. So there's entire archives of Larry content that already exist. So from YouTube compilations to multi-page Tumblr analysis, a curious newcomer doesn't start from zero. And they fall deep into a rabbit hole with years of content waiting. All right, part three. New generations joining. So one of the most fascinating aspects of is how new fans keep arriving. So, you know, there's TikTok virality. So edits of Harry and Louis' old interactions on stage, in interviews, or in candid moments hit For You pages for fans who weren't even around during One Direction's peak. YouTube essays. So video essays analyzing Larry through symbolism, lyric breakdowns, or fan culture history attracts curious viewers looking for long-form explanations. Reddit and Discord onboarding. So fans ask questions like, "Where do I start?" and are immediately met with timelines, uh, resources, and old screenshots to keep the lore accessible. So this kind of onboarding process is part of why Larry continues to grow. Every old fan becomes a guide for the new ones. All right, part four, Larry in 2025. So what is happening, or what has happened so far this year? So one, Louis' public statement. So in recent interviews, Louis has said that the rumors are frustrating and hurtful. But fans point out he still hasn't erased every ambiguity. That very tension fuels continued speculation. Harry's silence. So Harry has avoided addressing Larry at all for years, even as his fashion, lyrics, and performances often align with themes of queerness, secrecy, and longing. Fans read this as a coded acknowledgement. Anniversary dates and symbolism. So each year, fandom calendars mark symbolic anniversaries, like the dates of first meetings, public events, or tattoo debuts. So 2025 is no exception, with fan posts trending during these anniversaries. Cross-platform trends. So on Twitter and TikTok, hashtags like Larry is real or Larry proof, they still trend around key dates. So it is fueling the curiosity among casual fans who click in to see what's happening. So this ongoing cycle keeps Larry alive in 2025, and not just as nostalgia, but as a present-day fandom activity. So part five, fourth wall, and mutual watching. So another reason fans believe Larry is still growing is the sense that Harry and Louis might be watching the fandom back, or like their team is observing the conversations that are being chatted about in the fandom. So PR teams monitor, and this is true. A lot of celebrities have PR teams that will monitor social media. And that is a standard practice in the industry, which means every major Larry trend is known by their teams and likely by Harry and Louis themselves. Symbolic choices, so from tattoos to fashion to set lists, they seem to echo fandom themes, whether intentional or not. Fans read them as signals. Silence is engagement. So Louis and Harry both know that silence doesn't kill Larry, it actually fuels it. Fans take the refusal to address things directly as proof of awareness. So this dynamic of fans watching Harry and Louis while suspecting Harry and Louis are aware of the watchers creates a feedback loop that strengthens the fandom's sense of purpose. So part six, why Larry attracts new believers. So at its core, Larry is not just about celebrity gossip. It's about, well, hope, the idea that true love can survive even under intense secrecy. Community, fans connect across countries, generations, and platforms, building friendships around shared investigation. And resistance. So for queer fans, especially, Larry represents resilience against closeting and social control and social media control. And that's why newcomers join. It's not only about Harry and Louis, it's about what the supposed story symbolizes. So here we are in 2025, and the Larry fandom is not fading. It's adapting, it's growing, and it's expanding into new spaces. So what began as a ship during One Direction's boy band era has become a cultural phenomenon, a self-sustaining fandom that refuses to die. Every new platform, every anniversary, every ambiguous lyric or tattoo gives it fresh energy. Now, Harry and Louis may never confirm or deny in a way that satisfies everyone, but the fans, well, they'll keep connecting, they'll keep speculating and keeping Larry alive. And maybe that's the point, where Larry isn't just about whether it's real, it's about whether the story that fans keep telling together sustains. So, what do you all think? Why do you believe Larry is still growing in 2025 and beyond? So, drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more Larry breakdowns. So, the reason why Larry is alive, I think, is much more simpler in a way. Is it's a universal love story that's happening in real time. Because I'm on the side of Elton John here. Is that if a rumor persists this long, it's not a rumor. It's been going on for over 15 years now. It's gone on despite Louis becoming a father, despite Harry having these grand romances with supposedly these female co-stars. It's survived, it's endured actually into the solo career. And it has a momentum. and what's real can't be hidden for very long. And there are many elements of the story that are still happening. So I think that it is an ongoing story, whether these two ever admit it or not.